Hey, Comics fam, we just got hit with a massive bombshell. Marvel is unleashing a terrifying new continuity this fall called the Midnight Universe. While official details are still under wraps, the scoop is that the unholy trinity of Jonathan Hickman, Phillip Kennedy Johnson, and Benjamin Percy are steering the ship. All three recently signed exclusivity deals, so Marvel is clearly loading up for bear. The strategy here, I'm assuming, is to compete with DC's Absolute Universe. Let's be clear, DC is kicking ass right now, and Marvel needs a counterstrike pronto. I'm personally a bit skeptical of dipping back into the Midnight Suns from the early 90s as the ultimate answer. Is Blade enough to anchor an entire universe? Horror is certainly red hot right now, but coming off the heels of Blood Hunt, this needs to be more than just Marvel meets Ravenloft to move the needle past that initial first issue hype and trying to cash in on the inevitable massive blind bag dump to fuel sales numbers through the speculator market. As this world expands, I expect we'll see the usual suspects of talent, like Al Ewing, Jed McKay, Jerry Duggan, Brian Hill, maybe Dennis Camp, or Chris Condon. These are the heavy hitters who helped build Hickman's Krakoa era and the new Ultimate line. They're great, but if Marvel wants to truly challenge DC's momentum, they need to take some harder swings here. So I'm putting on my Nostradamus hat, and here are 5 writers I want to see injected into the Midnight DNA to make it truly legendary. So first up, Stephanie Williams. If Blade is your North Star, you need more than black voices in the room. They need to be front and center, period. It's 2026. If you've been following the DCsowhite movement, Marvel has a golden opportunity to prioritize authentic representation while putting some heat on the competition, if they have any hope of knocking DC off the perch. As an aside, I totally agree that DC is dropping the ball on that, and I encourage you to check out the website DCsowhite, link in the description. 1,180 days since DC published an ongoing comic book with a black character lead in their mainline continuity. And as the old white guy in the room, there are people and channels who can speak far better than I about this. I'll drop a few links in the comments for anyone who's interested in checking that out. This feels like the most obvious layup to me, but there's a cohort of talented black writers that could be on this. John Jennings, David Walker, T. Franklin, Vita Ayala, just to do the right thing, Marvel. Second, Patrick Horvath. The impact of Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees was tectonic. Patrick has the technical nous to pull off something unsettling and unique. His 1-2 punch blending tonal contrast with deep character studies is sure to be an asset to the universe. Tell me he wouldn't absolutely murder Moon Knight or a Ghost Rider book. Stephanie Phillips is up in third. She's effectively comics' modern goth queen anyway, who excels at finding the human heart inside high-concept chaos, focusing on memorable character beats without over-deconstructing the icons we love. Give her Hellstrom or Morbius and watch the magic happen. In fourth, Kyle Starks. Who better to nail the action comedy horror trifecta? Where Monsters Lie, Fuck This Place, Those Not Afraid. Kyle is already an indie horror machine, and now he's working on End of Life with DC's Vertigo imprint. Steal him, Marvel. If you aren't putting him on a Man-Thing book, what are we even doing here? Last but certainly not least, G. Willow Wilson, the master of imbuing strong leads with faith, empathy, and magical realism. She has a proven track record of sustaining long-term sales on titles like Poison Ivy and Ms. Marvel. I'd love to see her take on an Elsa Bloodstone, or even a magic-heavy Doctor Strange run. Do I think these will eventually happen? Honestly, I'm doubtful, which is a shame. No disrespect to the core roster here, but Marvel needs to take a real risk to keep pace. Beyond pulling in relative newcomer Mirewa Ayodele on Storm, who's my guy and should be writing more, by the way, I haven't seen the willingness to take on promoting beyond the core that we've already come to expect. But hey, maybe I'll be surprised. We're expecting more reveals next week with the full dump likely coming at San Diego Comic-Con, I'd imagine. Drop your dream teams in the comments and let me know who you would like to see lurking in the Midnight Universe. Peace.